Hello, everyone. I'm John Sensich. I'm a proud alumnus of Pitt Law's LLM program. Now, keeping in mind that this is the silver jubilee for the Center for International Legal Education, you're probably thinking that I'm sure to have been among one of the first cohorts. Actually, I'm more recent than that. I came back to the United States and to Pittsburgh almost 18 years ago to the day. I had just completed a 4-year appointment by the United Nations as a senior war crimes investigator for the Office of the Prosecutor of the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia at The Hague. That's when I retired from my law enforcement profession and began my academic career as a criminology professor at California University of Pennsylvania. I teach courses on topics such as equivocal death analysis, geographic crime analysis, and in our doctoral program, ways to minimize wrongful convictions. I already had an LLM from England and a JSD degree from Notre Dame, but I felt I needed to add more depth in areas of substantive and procedural criminal law. That's what I sought out to do, but I came back with much more from Pitt Law. For instance, when I discuss investigating organized crime and working undercover, what I learned in advanced criminal procedure enriches the learning experience for my students. The same is true for my course on legal and ethical aspects of forensic linguistics and how I incorporated what I learned from the expert witness course. Indeed, every course was taught by distinguished and approachable law professors. But best of all was the dedicated cohort of lawyers from around the world who are now my friends and are undoubtedly making the world a better place. I'd like to extend to Professor Ron Brand my deepest appreciation for having provided me with such an outstanding opportunity and experience. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Carr. I graduated from Pitt Law School in 2012, and I wanted to send this video to talk about the Center for International Legal Education and what it has meant to my career. And the truth is, when I think about that, CILE has meant everything to my career. In a lot of ways, I can see how the programs and experiences that I had through CILE have directly helped me get to where I am today. So in law school, I was a member of the VIS International Arbitration Moot Court team. Hands down, no other experience in law school better prepared me for the actual practice of law, not just in the substantive legal areas, but in the practical things like working under time pressure and being collaborative. I'm still in touch with my VIS teammates and found amazing mentors in Professor Brand and Professor Fleckner. And I can remember going to Professor Brand at the end of my 2L year, at the end of the VIS, and saying, I really think this is it. I think this is what I want to do with my career. And he helped me get an internship with a law firm in Serbia, working with a former LLM student, Natasha Lolatovic, who is a great person and attorney. And so that's how I spent my 2L summer, working for Natasha and her colleagues, learning a whole lot. And I then used that experience that I had both through the VIS and my internship to get a job at K&L Gates, my 3rd year of law school. And then when I was at K&L, I continued to do a lot of international work on the corporate side and compliance side. And then that helped me get an international focused job at US Steel. And now I'm at a company called MSA Safety, which is a global company, and I do contracts and commercial work globally. And so it's really not hard to see how the programs through CILE benefited me in my career. And I still think, whenever I have an international arbitration, outside counsel always is a little surprised about how much I know about the process. And honestly, it's all because of this and my experience through that. So happy birthday, CILE. Here's to another 25 more. Thank you to everyone who has worked through CILE, in particular, Professor Brand, for your dedication to each and every student that has enjoyed your programs. CILE means so, so much to a whole lot of us, and we're really grateful for the wonderful work that you continue to do for students in Pittsburgh and across the globe. So thank you. I hope to see you all in person really, really soon.
Hi everyone, my name is Charles Katubi. I am a proud Pitt Law, Pitt undergrad, and CILE alumni. A little bit about myself. I'm currently a partner in the Global Disputes and International Arbitration practice at Jones Day here in Washington, D.C. And while I have a very global practice of law, like everyone else, right now I'm at my home office here in Alexandria, Virginia. A little bit about what I do. My job is about as international as you can get. For the past 20 years, I practiced public international law and treaty arbitration. I generally represent foreign sovereigns and multinational companies, primarily in emerging regions around the world. It's never a dull moment, but I can trace my entire practice back to CILE. I'm a local boy. I grew up in the Beaver Valley, just north of Pittsburgh, and I came to Pitt as an undergrad to play soccer. And after 4 years of playing soccer, they gave me a college degree. I came to Pitt Law with a very local background, but a very global outlook. I wanted to dedicate myself to international law and took advantage of everything that the CILE had to offer. I was Professor Brand's research assistant for my 1L summer. I studied abroad at the University of Durham as a Rotary Scholar, as a 2L. I spent my 2L summer as an intern at the Hague Conference, and my first job out of law school with Professor Brand's help was at the Max Planck Institute in Hamburg. My practice over the last 20 years, I like to think, has advanced the rule of law in some minuscule way, but it's always at the margins and at the macro level. The really important work we do as alumni of the law school and of CILE is on the micro level. Belonging to a global fraternity of CILE alumni and interacting with the students and the next generation of international lawyers. One of my proudest moments over the last few years is stepping into the classroom for the first time at Pitt Law. I'm now an adjunct professor at the law school where I teach classes in international law and international arbitration, and I absolutely love giving back to the CILE community. Now, no matter how global our outlook, those we love at home are always the most important to us. And the most important thing that the CILE has given me is my family. My wife, Becky, who I met when I was Professor Brand's research assistant in 1999. She was Professor Curran's research assistant. She studied with me. We studied together in Northern England, and we lived together in Hamburg as well. And then came a few years later, my three great kids, Elizabeth, Thatcher, and Olivia, all in our PITT gear. Thanks, everyone. I wish we could all be together in person, but that'll have to wait till the 30-year anniversary.
The 25th anniversary of CILE finds us all at quite challenging times, irrespective of where we are in the world. So at the outset, to all of you, I hope that you have had the strength to deal with whatever coronavirus or other life events have come your way. I hope that you have found the love and support within your family, your friends, and your community. CILE alumni that I have had the opportunity to meet were my classmates during my LLM program in 2015, 2016. Wonderful people as they are, they have taught me that if anything else, our generation is a generation of fighters. And I'm sure that that applies to all CILE alumni who have come to Pittsburgh to study and experience a different life or pursue a different kind of dream that they might not have necessarily thought was possible before that time. And for that, or in that realization, I find comfort that even though we are living through some unprecedented times, that we will come out of this as a better versions of ourselves, and that we will be able to continue to fight for that better tomorrow for us, for our family, for our friends, for our community. Now, I love Pittsburgh. It is my second home, and I have had a wonderful year there. And I miss it every day very much. And I'm therefore very sad that we won't be able to meet this year in person, and I won't be able to meet many of you in person and share some of those wonderful experiences with you. But I do now have an opportunity to show you my hometown, city of Sarajevo in Bosnia and Herzegovina, where I was born and raised, and that is my first home city that I love very, very much. So as a token of my appreciation for everything that Pittsburgh has given me, I would now like to offer a virtual gift, a virtual tour through my lovely city. And on that note, thank you to Professor Brand and all of the CILE staff for everything that they have done during my year in Pittsburgh, and everything that they have done for the generations before me and after me. So happy 25th anniversary, and I wish you at least a 25 more.
Hi, I'm Katerina Osanova. I am a trial attorney at the United States Department of Justice. I graduated from Pitt Law and CLE in 2008. I immediately started working at the Department of Commerce, the Commercial Law Development Program, in large part to the relationships and the work that I had done with CLE throughout law school. I was fortunate enough to then transition over to my current position with the Office of Foreign Litigation at the Department of Justice in 2015, which does bring me to September of 2015, when I went back to Pittsburgh to attend the 20th anniversary celebration of CLE and saw
me. Hi, I'm Krista Smith, and when Katerina walked into the 20th anniversary celebration for CILE, I also traveled from Washington, D.C. back to Pittsburgh to attend, and she immediately told me that her new office in the Department of Justice had a position that she thought would be good for me. At the time, I was in the criminal division of the Department of Justice, and I immediately was very excited about the possibility of getting to work with Katerina again, as I was one of her interns at CLDP while I was in law school. And so I applied for the position, and the rest is history. We've been working together in the Office of Foreign Litigation now for 5 years, and it's exciting and so much fun. And I especially would not be in the position that I am today without all that Professor Brand and CILE did for me while I was in law school and in the years since I've graduated. So thank you so much.
And I think Krista and I are a testament to the amazing, unique opportunities that CILE offers its students. Krista and I both did the Vismut program. Again, we both have been through the opportunity to teach commercial law and arbitration in the Middle East. We've done so many of the same internships and other opportunities. And now, thankfully, we are working together as attorneys at DOJ. So thank you to CILE and Professor Brand. Congratulations on 25 years. And we couldn't be happier and more proud of everything that CILE has done for law school students all over the world.
Hi, everybody. I'm Justine Stefanelli, a proud graduate from Pitt Law, class of 2005. What can I say about Pitt and the Center for International Legal Education? It was because of my time at Pitt and the encouragement that I was given to pursue all of the wonderful classes they offered in public international law and EU law that I decided to go to London after I passed the bar and get an LLM in EU law, and Pitt was a huge support in this endeavor. I ended up staying there for 13 years. I got a job at a nonprofit legal research organization as a research fellow, and then eventually was a senior research fellow working on all sorts of EU law issues and rule of law issues. I got to work with the UK government and the EU government. I helped shape new laws. I helped improve existing laws, and I worked on all sorts of different projects from immigration detention to judicial review rights and the rights of small grocery suppliers selling their goods into the EU. Pitt was an indispensable part of this journey. I'm back in America now working for the American Society of International Law in Washington, D.C., where I still get to work with international law practitioners and meet amazing people from all over the world. So I owe everything to Pitt, and I hope that you are all healthy and happy.
Hi everyone who's watching this. My name is Thais Carneiro. I'm from Brazil, and I attended Pitt Law between 2016 and 2017, and that was definitely one of the best decisions that I took in my life. I came to Pittsburgh alone with my 2 kids, and later on, after passing with a great GPA, I was admitted in New York after passing the New York bar exam, and I am forever grateful for all the faculty, my professors, Professor Brandt, Professor Fletchner, Professor Schinsheimer, and all of them that made this dream come true. So if you are considering to come to Pittsburgh, this is definitely one of the best decisions that you can make. All the best. Bye.